This is DNNT reporting on the 25th year anniversary on the Chernobyl accident. In this broadcast, we will be covering the impact on food webs, the atmosphere, populations, in succession.
Hi, I'm Porack, and I will be covering the effects of the population due to Chernobyl. In Chernobyl, all of the animals decreased in levels of population. Dead fish were collected by an artificial lake within the Chernobyl site that was used to cool the turbines. The fish which died from exposure to radiation were abnormally large and flabby. However, populations have started to grow back. A limiting factor that affects the population of the Chernobyl site was lack of water because most of the water was contaminated with radiation. This affected the population because organisms which consume the water obtained high levels of radiation.
Thanks, Nate. I'm going to be talking about how Chernobyl affected the food webs. Trees were affected greatly because they had severe damage to their reproductive tissues that could last up to 3 years. Some of the trees died because their internals were messed up due to radiation. Food chains were affected because there were less trees because some died and there were not as many being reproduced. This affected the food chain because the trees were the primary producers of the ecosystem. Children were affected because the grass was contaminated with radiation and the cows ate the grass and the children drank the milk. Chickens were affected as well because they ate feed which was contaminated as well. Levels of cesium-137, which is a radioactive isotope that is very dangerous to humans, were high in the immediate area of the explosion and so far away to Norway and Germany. Since cesium-137 can accumulate as it passes up the food chain, chickens could be carrying elevated levels of it, which could be passed to animals like wolves or wildcats that may consume the chickens. More than half of cesium-137 was carried to other European countries. Now to our reporter, Tyler Berkland.
Everybody, I'm outside Chernobyl and reporting on the effects of the atmosphere. A nuclear reactor blew up, releasing large quantities of radiation into the atmosphere. This event was categorized as a 7 on a scale of 1 to 7 on the International Nuclear Event Scale. All of the noble gases contained in the reactor were released immediately into the atmosphere. Clouds of radioactive material were carried by weather to over half the planet, but mainly northern Europe. This caused drastic changes of temperatures in the atmosphere. Now here's Dan Ryan reporting on the other side of Chernobyl.
Hello. I will be reporting on the succession of Chernobyl. Animals still have radiation from their ancestors. Human mutations are likely going to be found in the second and third generations of the people exposed to the radiation. A decrease in reproduction and some genetic anomalies in plants and animals will remain for years to come. A unique biodiversity has been created due to the radiation. Now, research is showing that some plant species appear to be able to adapt despite high levels of toxicity. Since humans have abandoned the exclusion zone, animal life has flourished. Immediately following the incident, mutations in animals occurred and people abandoned the area. For example, baby pigs were born with multiple limbs and a deformed body. Since the incident, animal life has flourished in the exclusion zone because humans have abandoned the area. In the future, wildlife will continue to flourish because humans will not be able to live in the exclusion zone for several hundred years. Now back to Nate.
This concludes our 25th anniversary of the Chernobyl disaster. Thanks for watching DNNT. We'll see you later.